Homies, it's your boy Stumped back for the OPTC video, and in today's video we have the new Mihawk Sugo Fest exclusive for the end of month batch, Zoro's memorable scenes, and slashes. I don't know if like slashes have actually fallen off or if I'm just kind of bugging a little bit, but man, how the mighty have seemed to have fallen. With the release of Alba, Mr. One, and Mihawk come obviously 3 new buffs to the Slasher team. Now, I already did a separate video for Alba. I did a few more multis on part 1. I managed to pick up Mihawk. Very happy with that, because on paper, he does seem very, very good for the Slasher team. Downside is that Slashers are just kind of lacking a lot. And I don't know if it's just because the shooter team right now is just so ridiculously strong, and I've just been running that so consistently. But, like, I don't know what Slashers need to make them back to the top echelons, but remember, with super specials and stuff like that, the ceiling is pretty high for these types of characters, so you can do some pretty fun stuff with obviously like the Sulongs and their super special, Roger Rally Gaban and their super special. Obviously, Mihawk and Alba, they have super specials as well, but Mihawk doesn't really bring that much more to the team than just straight damage. He hits pretty damn hard and bypasses defense with his super special and his regular special. His super special is pretty easy to get because he's on such a high cooldown, but when you get that super special off, you do 1.7 times his attack in damage to all enemies that bypasses defense, plus he gives himself a level 10 attack buff right before he actually goes. So this is very reminiscent of S-Hawk. However, Mihawk hits all enemies, and then after he does that, he picks out one enemy with the highest HP, I believe, for another 1.7 times attack that bypasses defense once again. So he can basically just team wipe, absolutely decimate through the entire lineup. And with his regular special, he does 1.3 times, and then a further 1.3 to that one unit as well. So he can hit very hard. Obviously, with Limit Break expansion, more copies when he hits just like regular tickets and regular banners. Like, this guy is going to be a force to be reckoned with later down the line. Obviously, right now, I'm sort of comparing him to like my big whale teams. Freak Spirit, 150 Roger Rally Gaban, 150 Big Mom Katakuri, like those types of characters, which I don't think is fair. But at the same time, like, the buffs that he's bringing aren't exactly all there for me, and I tried that new Driven Powerhouse like fight multiple times with Mihawk, and you just can't get it done. Blackbeard just eats Slashers alive, and it's a bit unfortunate, but at the same time, Slashers still are very, very fun. So we're going to take on the other big challenge fights today. I do have the Master Challenge fight from the release of Pikqchu though, because that fighter fight is actually pretty challenging as well. So hopefully a lot of you guys have managed to get it done, and you guys can build like this sort of Slash-centric build. Obviously, you can replace Mihawk with just like any other Slasher legend. Hopefully, it'll help you guys out a little bit. But Slashers do have a lot of extra characters that you can just sort of throw on the team. As you guys saw in the previous fight, I was using Shanks and Zoro Sanji. Now we're using Zoro and Kaku, and then we have Alba in the front lines as well. Alba's great because he just provides so much defense, but the staples obviously are S-Hawk and Roger Rally Gaban. They're basically going to pop up on every single team. And that's just because they are just dominant forces with damage and half stats and stuff like that. But besides the damage output that Mihawk provides the Slash team, you're realistically only getting a crit buff and a blowaway buff. He gives HP and he gives attack, and then every time he attacks and gets either a blowaway or a crit, he also gives level 6 crit buff. Every time you get that, he actually gives himself level 2 cooldown reduction. Now, if you get a blowback and a critical hit, you get level 4 cooldown reduction. Now, this is quite good because Mihawk's on such a high cooldown, and as you guys saw with that super special, like, you realistically want to have his special ready to go when you are popping off the super special. You only need 2 shots, 2 special shots to actually make this happen. So it's actually very easy to do once you get the 2 shots in, the cooldown reduction that you get after he attacks just normally a couple times. And he can just, like I said, he can decimate teams. Problem is, he's not really providing all that much for the team, and as you guys saw right there, he kind of just dies. He can die very easily, and that's not like a product of like him per se. It's more of a product that Slashers just struggle at going up against particular debuffs. Stuff like Special Bind, Action Bind, Half Stats is the big one, man. Half Stats I found is just absolutely rocks the Slasher team, but at the same time, like any team that is susceptible to half stats, like they're going to get rocked as well. Nevertheless, though, getting a super special off that easy is very, very valuable. Fortunately, because he is weak to half stats, like Alba's immune to half stats, but like Mihawk's not. It just doesn't make much sense to me. But I wish that he was. If he was just immune to half stats, he would just be so much better. It's what makes Strength Wolfie so damn powerful. He just can't be half stats unless you just like nerf his attack into the ground. Like those extra shots that are going through defense is always just going to kill a whole bunch of characters. And Mihawk has the potential to do that. However, if you just lower his attack, like the Driven team can, like the shooter team can, and then you halve that attack, which the driven team can, the shooter team can. So you're just really not sort of competing with the top echelons of builds nowadays. But all in all, the damage output that he does bring is very, very strong. And if you do find a way to sort of get the super special off as quickly as possible, that is going to be the best way to use him. The downside is you can't really funnel all that into cooldown reduction, because if you do that, and you haven't got the super special ready or haven't taken the specials from the opponent, then you're just going to throw out the weaker version and you have to wait for the specials to come back around. And remember, he does have that very, very high cooldown, so seeing that special a second time without dying can be just a little bit problematic. I feel like if you have these Sulongs at level limit break 5, that character is going to help out Mihawk a hell of a lot, because realistically, we would just replace Alba on the team. And whilst Alba, in my opinion, is just a better version of the Sulongs, what the Sulongs do is they actually give a shield, which they will always proc on death. Now, you could probably run Alba and then bring 10th Annie Shanks like I did in the first clip. But 10th Annie Shanks, that shield, once that shield kind of goes up, it's not a very strong shield. It goes away very quickly. Then you don't have the opportunity to bring it back. With the Sulongs, when they die, they auto-proc their special. So 9 times out of 10, you are going to see the super special of the Sulong character. However, they don't always provide that crazy shield and counter buff until you get them to level in rank 5. So that's definitely going to be a really fun showcase once they're now popping up on regular banners and obviously in tickets and stuff. So that's going to be a really fun showcase once that comes around and I do level 150 that character, because we're just going to come straight back to the Slasher team, throw them on the team, run that particular setup, and just watch Mihawk go crazy. Because once he gets that shield up, you can easily just funnel in cooldown reduction at that point. Maybe replace Zoro Sanji or Zoro Kaku with like Odin or Cracker, someone that's going to give a lot more CD reduction. Hell, Mihawk gives himself the cooldown reduction, so you might not really need it. As you can see here, we're rocking 11 cooldown reduction just thanks to his blowaway and his crit buff. So you can do some pretty fun stuff in that regard. And then once you get a shield up, like right now, for example, we do have the super special ready, but we're about to die. So you pop off a shield at that point, as long as the character doesn't bypass defensive effects, like Luffy can, like S-Hawk and stuff like that can, then Mihawk's going to hang around just for a little bit longer, and then he can just pop off that super special. Lucky for there, actually, he actually killed Zoro, which is hilarious. Like, memorable scenes, Zoro, Mihawk versing a Zoro character is just absolutely hilarious to me. But once that does come around, it's going to be very, very nice to see, as getting that super special off is going to be very, very handy, and it's going to do a lot of damage. So as you can see, we have it there, but the fight's pretty much over. So all in all, I actually really like what they've done with the Mihawk. I think he's very, very good. I just wish that he kind of gave something a little bit more than that crit buff, the blowaway buff, and then sort of funneled into his own cooldown reduction. I think he gives HP and attack, if I remember correctly. Let's have a quick look here. He gives level 10 crit, level 10 blowaway, 7 HP, and 7 attack. So I wish that they kind of gave him something a little bit more, maybe like lowering enemies' attack by like level 5. Something like that, because nerfing has become a massive factor in this game now. If we look at characters like Bizarro, Blackbeard, Sanjuan Wolf, the new Pika, nerfing like S-Snake, Usopp, and Lilith, nerfing the enemy team can actually be super effective at whittling down attack stats, whittling down defensive stats, and just making other characters shine so drastically. But all in all, like I do think Mihawk is very, very good. If you get that super special off very quickly, which I believe we do in this particular fight, Pika, I think he hits Mihawk there because he gets hit with the paralysis. So it's stupid ability. Like the fact that everyone gets paralyzed, even though the half stats didn't pop off, is perfect for Mihawk. So that way we actually get the ability to use the super special. This fight is actually quite challenging. I have been talking to a lot of people that have been struggling with this. This is just the master fight, not even the challenge fight. The challenge fight is very challenging unless you're running the crazy shooter team, and then you just absolutely clap it. But here we go, super special. Popping off at 7,000 damage, that's through defense as well. So not terrible, but remember, mine is only level 99. No dupes, no limit break expansion either, just your standard cotton candy. He does have a super tandem obviously too, so that does weigh him down a little bit, because you do want to max out that potential ability to get more damage output, as that does funnel into PvP stats. But once we do start getting some more copies of Mihawk, he is just going to go absolutely berserk. And I think the Slash team definitely has quite a high ceiling. Unfortunately, it's just not a ceiling that we're realistically going to see anytime soon, or at least until these characters come back on another banner, which will be well after Anniversary. And hell, after Anniversary, who knows what the PvP makeup looks like at that particular point. Right now, PvP's in a very weird spot, good weird spot, I should say, that Not every team can beat every team, and you could run different variations of the team to make it beat every team, if that makes sense. We're in a very nice ecosystem that if I ran, say, my slasher team against your free spirit team, you might win, and then if I change my slasher team a little bit against your free spirit team, I'll win a lot easier. But that's going to wrap up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.